Join Tiny Tales Paradise for The Curious Princess and the Enchanted Forest, a moving bedtime story for kids. This educational kids' story teaches courage through colorful animations and a warm narration, perfect for bedtime or classroom learning. Subscribe for weekly fairy tales and moral stories. The Curious Princess and the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 1. The Castle of Wonders. In the kingdom of Lumeria, where golden sunlight danced on rolling hills and sparkling rivers sang lullabies, stood a magnificent castle made of shimmering white stone. Inside lived Princess Alara, a 12-year-old girl with hair so long it flowed like a river of chestnut silk, cascading down her back and nearly touching the floor. Alara was known for her boundless curiosity, always asking questions about the world beyond the castle walls. She loved reading books about distant lands, sketching birds she saw from her tower window, and dreaming of adventures. The castle was a wonderland of treasures, libraries filled with ancient tomes, gardens bursting with roses, and halls lined with paintings of brave heroes. But Alara's favorite place was the highest tower, where she could gaze at the world outside. From there, she saw the village with its cozy cottages, the sparkling Lumeria River, and, most intriguing of all, the mysterious whispering forest that bordered the kingdom. The forest was a tangle of dark green trees, their branches weaving secrets in the wind. Alara's mother, Queen Seraphina, often told her stories about the forest. "It's a dangerous place," she'd say, her voice soft but firm. "Deep within lives a green dragon, fierce and cunning, who guards its secrets. Promise me, Alara, you'll never go there." Alara would nod, but her heart raced with questions. What makes the dragon so fierce? What secrets does the forest hide? She wasn't afraid. She was curious. Her father, King Alaric, was kinder but just as strict. "The world is full of wonders, Alara," he'd say, "but some are too risky for a princess." Despite their warnings, Alara's curiosity grew like a vine, twisting around her thoughts. She wanted to see the forest, touch its leaves, and discover its mysteries. One night, as moonlight spilled through her window, she made a decision. "I'll just take a peek," she whispered to her pet sparrow, Pip, who chirped nervously. "I'll be back before anyone knows." Alara braided her long hair into a thick rope, tied it to her bedpost, and used it to climb down the tower wall. Her heart pounded with excitement as her feet touched the soft grass below. With a small satchel of bread, a notebook, and a pencil, she slipped past the sleeping guards and ran toward the whispering forest. Chapter 2. Into the Whispering Forest. The forest was darker than Alara expected, its trees towering like giants with gnarled arms. Moonlight barely pierced the canopy, casting silver flecks on the mossy ground. The air smelled of pine and earth, and strange sounds, hoots, rustles, and whispers filled her ears. Alara's curiosity outweighed her fear. She clutched her notebook, ready to sketch anything she saw. As she ventured deeper, the path grew narrow, and thorny vines snagged her dress. "Ouch," she yelped, freeing herself. She scribbled in her notebook, "Thorny vines, watch out suddenly." A glowing firefly appeared, hovering like a tiny lantern. Alara followed it, thinking it might lead her somewhere special. The firefly guided her to a clearing where a bubbling stream sparkled under the stars. Alara knelt to drink, but the water rippled, and a face appeared not her own, but a shimmering figure with eyes like opals. "Who are you?" Alara asked, her voice steady. "I am the spirit of the stream. the figure whispered. "This forest is full of enchantments. Young princess, turn back or face its challenges." "I'm not afraid," Elara said. "I want to learn about this place." The spirit's eyes softened. "Very well. Your courage is noted. Take this." A small, glowing pebble appeared in Elara's hand. "It will light your way when hope seems lost." Elara thanked the spirit and tucked the pebble into her satchel. As she moved on, the forest grew wilder. She heard a low growl and froze. A pair of glowing yellow eyes peered from the shadows. A wolf, its fur silver in the moonlight, stepped forward. Elara's heart raced, but she remembered a book about animals. "Stay calm," she whispered to herself. She held out a piece of bread from her satchel. Speaking softly, "I'm not here to hurt you." The wolf sniffed the bread, then wagged its tail and ate. It nuzzled her hand before bounding away. Elara smiled, jotting in her notebook, "Wolves like bread. Be kind to them." Her first danger had been overcome, not with fear, but with kindness and quick thinking. Chapter 3. The Forest's Challenges. The forest seemed to test Elara at every turn. She crossed a rickety bridge over a rushing river, using her long braid to steady herself against the wind. She sketched the bridge in her notebook, noting hold tight and step lightly. Next, she encountered a patch of glowing mushrooms that whispered riddles. Answer correctly, or sleep forever. They sang. Elara listened carefully. The riddle was, "I have cities but no houses, forests but no trees, and rivers but no water. What am I?" She thought hard, remembering her father's maps. "A map," she exclaimed. The mushrooms giggled and parted, revealing a hidden path. Elara wrote, "Riddles need thinking, maps are tricky." As she walked, the air grew heavy, and a thick fog rolled in. She could barely see her hands. Remembering the spirit's gift, she pulled out the glowing pebble. Its soft light cut through the fog, guiding her to a grove where strange flowers swayed without wind. Their petals shimmered with colors Elara had never seen: blues deeper than the sky, reds brighter than rubies. She reached out to touch one, but it snapped shut like a clam. "Careful," a squeaky voice said. A tiny squirrel with emerald eyes sat on a branch. "Those are snapping blooms. They love shiny things and might trap your fingers." Elara laughed. "Thanks for the warning. Do you know where the green dragon lives?" The squirrel twitched its tail. "Deep in the forest, by the crystal cave. But it's a tricky path. Want my help?" Elara nodded, and the squirrel, who called herself Nutmeg, hopped onto her shoulder. Together, they navigated twisting trails, dodging sticky spider webs and leaping over streams. Elara sketched Nutmeg. Riding squirrels are great guides. Her curiosity kept her going, even as the forest grew darker and stranger. Chapter 4. The Green Dragon. After hours of walking, Elara and Nutmeg reached the crystal cave, its entrance sparkling like 1,000 stars. The air was warm, and a low hum echoed from within. Elara's heart pounded not with fear, but with excitement. She was finally close to the dragon her mother had warned her about. Inside the cave, crystals glowed in every color, lighting up a massive figure curled in the center. It was the green dragon, its scales shimmering like emeralds, but it didn't look fierce. Its eyes were sad, and its wings drooped. Elara stepped forward, her braid trailing behind her. "Hello," she said softly. "I'm Elara. Are you the dragon everyone fears?" The dragon lifted its head, its voice deep but gentle. I am no monster. Princess, I am Prince Theo of Solara, cursed by an evil sorceress to live as a dragon. I've been trapped here for years, unable to break the spell. Alara's eyes widened. A prince. How can I help you? Theo sighed. The sorceress, Morgana, lives in a hidden tower in the forest. She cursed me because I refused to give her Solara's sacred crystal, which protects our kingdom. Only by destroying her spellbook can I be free. Alara's curiosity burned brighter than ever. I'll help you, she said. Nutmeg, will you come too? Nutmeg squeaked. For a brave princess, count me in. Theo gave Alara a map etched on a crystal shard, showing the path to Morgana's tower. Be careful, he warned. Her magic is tricky, but your heart is strong. Chapter 5, The Sorceress's Tower. Alara and Nutmeg followed the map through the forest, facing more challenges. A swarm of glowing bees buzzed around them, but Alara hummed a lullaby she'd learned from her mother, calming them. She wrote bees' love songs. A patch of quicksand nearly trapped her, but she used her braid to pull herself out, tying it to a sturdy tree. Braids are strong, she noted. Finally, they reached Morgana's tower, a twisted spire of black stone hidden in a thorny thicket. The door was locked, but Alara noticed carvings of animals on it. It's a puzzle, she said, remembering her riddle-solving skills. She pressed the carvings in the order of animals she'd met: wolf, squirrel, bee, and the door creaked open. Inside, the tower was filled with strange potions and glowing orbs. Morgana, a tall figure in a starry cloak, stood by a massive spellbook. Who dares enter my tower? She hissed. I'm Alara, the princess said bravely. I'm here to free Prince Theo. Morgana laughed. A child. You can't stop my magic. She waved her hand, and vines sprang from the floor, wrapping around Alara. But Alara was quick. She tossed the glowing pebble from the spirit of the stream, and its light burned the vines away. Morgana gasped, stepping back. Nutmeg darted to the spellbook, nibbling its pages. It's the source of her power, the squirrel squeaked. Alara grabbed a candle from a table and, with a deep breath, set the spellbook alight. The pages burned with a harmless blue flame, and Morgana shrieked as her magic faded. She vanished in a puff of smoke, leaving only a pile of ashes. Alara and Nutmeg cheered. The tower began to crumble, but Alara's braid helped them swing to safety through a window. As they landed outside, the forest seemed brighter, as if a dark shadow had lifted. Chapter 6, The Prince's Return. Alara and Nutmeg raced back to the crystal cave, where Theo waited. As they entered, the cave glowed brighter, and Theo's dragon form shimmered. His scales fell away, revealing a young prince with kind eyes and golden hair. You did it, Alara, he said, bowing. You broke the curse. Alara blushed. I had help, she said, patting Nutmeg. The forest taught me a lot. Theo smiled. You're the bravest princess I've ever met. Will you come to Solara someday? Our kingdom would love to meet you. Alara nodded, but her thoughts turned to home. I need to go back, she said. My parents must be worried. Theo and Nutmeg escorted her to the forest's edge, where the castle's lights glowed in the distance. Alara hugged them both, promising to visit. As she slipped through the castle gates, dawn was breaking, and her heart was full of stories to tell. Chapter 7, Home and Consequences. Alara climbed back to her tower using her braid, but as she reached her room, She found Queen Seraphina and King Alaric waiting. Their faces were stern, but their eyes showed relief. Alara, her mother, cried, hugging her. "We were so worried. Where have you been?" Alara took a deep breath and told them everything: the forest, the spirit, the wolf, the riddles, the dragon, and the sorceress. She showed them her notebook, filled with sketches and lessons. Kindness calms wolves. Riddles need thinking. Braids are strong. Her parents listened, amazed but upset. "You were brave, Alara," King Alaric said, "but you disobeyed us. You put yourself in danger." Queen Seraphina nodded. "For running away. You'll help in the castle kitchens for a month. No adventures until we know you're safe." Alara hung her head. "I'm sorry for worrying you, but I learned so much, and I helped someone." Her parents softened. "We're proud of your courage," her mother said, "but promise you'll talk to us next time." Alara promised, and though the punishment wasn't fun, she loved helping in the kitchens, learning to bake bread and sharing it with the staff. Her notebook grew thicker with new drawings and lessons. Chapter 8. A Royal Visit. A month later, a grand carriage arrived from Solara. Prince Theo stepped out, dressed in royal blue, carrying a chest of treasures, gems, silks, and golden trinkets as a dowry. He bowed to Alara's parents. "I owe your daughter my life," he said. "Lumaria and Solara should be friends. And one day, I hope Alara will visit as more than a friend." Alara blushed, but she was too young for such promises. "Let's be friends first," she said, smiling. Theo laughed, agreeing, and the kingdoms planned a festival to celebrate their new bond. Alara's parents forgave her fully, seeing how her curiosity had not only saved a prince, but united two kingdoms. She continued to explore safely, with permission filling her notebook with wonders. The whispering forest remained a place of mystery, but Alara knew its secrets were not to fear, but to learn from. As she stood in her tower, sketching the forest, Pip chirped happily. Alara smiled. "Curiosity is like a seed," she said. "Plant it with care, and it grows into something magical." The story of the Curious Princess and the Enchanted Forest teaches children the value of curiosity tempered with caution. Princess Alara's bravery in exploring the mysterious forest shows that asking questions and seeking knowledge can lead to great discoveries. Like helping Prince Theo, her encounters with challenges, such as riddles and quicksand, highlight the importance of quick thinking and problem solving. The story also emphasizes kindness, as seen in Alara's interactions with the wolf and her willingness to help others. Finally, her punishment for running away underscores the need to balance curiosity with responsibility and respect for family.